Hi, everybody. This is the Football Hike, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, Hyde, and welcome back to the Football Hike. I hope you like this video. I'm going to talk about the New York Jets. They played a very impressive game against the Philadelphia Eagles. The first time the Jets ever beat the Eagles in the history of either franchise. They lost the first 12 meetings, and this was the first win. And it was all because of this defense that the Jets employ. They were great. I mean, really, watching as a Giants fan, it was very impressive. The Eagles couldn't do much. Jalen Hurts was basically stuffed. He couldn't do much. I mean, really, from top to bottom, defensively, they were awesome. The offense, obviously, is a different story. The offense was pretty much, again, non-existent. But this defense will get this team to the postseason. They will get them to the playoffs. They need to get a little more stability with this quarterback situation. But they have a great shot getting to the playoffs and doing really well. And you never know. Aaron Rodgers might return. I could not believe that he was walking around the sidelines without crutches, without a limp, for 4 hours. How did he do that? Completely, totally, just unbelievable. That's from CBSSports.com. Robert Saleh, Jets defense faced gauntlet of quarterbacks after the first 6 weeks, embarrassed all of them. Saleh isn't wrong in his assessment. I would mention they are now 3-3. And considering all the terrible things that have happened to this Jets team early on with all these injuries, and they lost Sauce Gardner and everything else, and this is quite the. This is going to be an interesting 11 games. Now they're going on a bye, so they'll be off for 2 weeks. The New York Jets defense stood tall on Sunday against one of the most explosive offenses in the league, holding the Philadelphia Eagles to a season-low 14 points and having 4 takeaways and a surprising 20-14 victory. Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions in the loss, his first 3-interception game in 2 years. Last one was also at MetLife Stadium. Hurts was held to just a 59.5 passer rating against the Jets defense, by far his lowest of the season. The Jets defense have faced Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen in their first 6 games. They walked away 2-1. Through these first 6 weeks, we have played a gauntlet of quarterbacks. I know we haven't won them all, but we've embarrassed all of them, Jets head coach Robert Saleh said after the game. Just really, really proud of the defense and their resolve. Now, I would mention, on the final score the Jets got, the touchdown, they were criticized for not running down the clock. But I think with this offense in particular, they don't have a lot of confidence. And with that Jets defense, you should have a lot of confidence that the Jets defense will hold the Eagles down for that last drive, and that's what happened. And I think sometimes you got to go into the end zone, do whatever the hell you got to do, and get in there. I thought Brick and the staff had an excellent game plan down 4 of our 6 corners. I thought our D-line was good in terms of keeping that kid in the pocket. He's a handful, this Jalen Hurts. Their offensive line, their receivers, I thought our guys battled all the way through. Proud of them. Sal certainly has a point when looking at the numbers of Mahomes, Allen, and Hurts. And in 3 games, his defense faced them. Allen threw 3 interceptions in Week 1 against the Jets, while Mahomes threw a pair of interceptions in Week 4, all at MetLife Stadium. Hurts, Mahomes, and Allen have combined for 3 touchdowns and 8 interceptions against the Jets' defense this year, and they are 3 of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league. Allen, Mahomes, and Hurts have completed 65% of their passes against the Jets' defense and 70% against everyone else. They have 6.2 yards per attempt against the Jets and 7.7 against everyone else. Along with 26 touchdowns to just 9 interceptions in games they don't play the Jets. Allen, Mahomes, and Hurts are 75-116 for 719 yards, with 3 touchdowns and 8 interceptions combined against the Jets. Whatever the Jets are doing to confuse opposing quarterbacks, it's working. The Jets also had 4 of their 6 corners out, with 2 practice squad call-ups on Saturday. They still were able to handle Hurts. Quote, I put senior defensive assistant and cornerbacks coach Tony Oden up there with everybody in terms of his ability to coach and get people to where they need to be, Saleh said. A coaching staff did a really nice job. There is no fear. I've always said, quote, you've got to tell a backup that he's a backup and that he doesn't deserve to be a starter. Those guys came out there. I thought Craig James was fearless. He had a huge pass breakup in the end zone. Had a couple of nice tackles. Ty Hayes has only been here a couple of weeks to learn our system, which is complicated from a zone standpoint. It's not like you're coming out here playing man. He has to learn it all. Kudos to that group. Like I said, 4 of our 6 corners were out this week, even at the end, with Michael Carter II missing a lot of time in the fourth quarter. And the guys still pieced it together and managed to put together a good game. So, and that's an interesting take from the coach. I'll say that. And this is from NewYorkJets.com. Jets defense in powerful comeback win over Eagles. We played to the standard. For a while in this first month and a half of the season, it looked as if a great second half of defense might not be enough to overcome a slow team start and lead the Jets to repeatable victories. This week, it seems that the Jets' second half is no longer the exception but the rule, as in how they ruled Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles in the final 30 minutes of one of the most exciting second halves in franchise history. Quote, this just builds confidence. Middle linebacker and captain C.J. Mosley said about the Jets' improbable and possible inspirational 2014 win over the previously undefeated Philadelphia Eagles after falling into an early 14-3 hole. I would mention about Mosley. He has been great all year. Watched a lot of the Jets games, even though I'm a Giants fan. I do love watching the Jets, and he has played great. My message for the team was that for the players here in 21, this game was personal. Also, this is a Super Bowl contending team, legit, great players and coaches, and we were down a few people. But we didn't let that affect us. We played off each other well. When the offense struggled a little bit, the defense came in and gave them the ball back. When the defense struggled, the offense came in and put some points on the board. And we are where we're at. Where the Jets are at as they head into their bye week is back in the NFL spotlight that they were supposed to bask in all season, except for quarterback Aaron Rodgers' opening night Achilles injury. They heard a lot of the clamor from outside sources after that, but somehow filtered the bad vibes down to a whisper and spoke about the things they believed they could do. Beginning perhaps with 3 consecutive games against Super Bowl quarterbacks and top 3 vote-getters for the 2022 MVP, named Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. They lost a field goal game to Mahomes' Chiefs, then went to Denver to beat Wilson's Broncos, and Sunday they brought the late pain for Hurts and the Eagles with another monster second half. Outstanding per the usual, Robert Saleh said of his defense after guiding the Jets to their first win in 13 all-time games against their friendly foes from City of Brotherly Love. Though these first 6 games we played a gauntlet of quarterbacks, I know we haven't won them all, but we've embarrassed all of them. I'm just really, really proud of the defense and their resolve. The corner situation was one that ratcheted up the noise Sunday morning and afternoon as Jets fans prepared to cheer their side on against the 5-0 Eagles. With starting cornerbacks Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed both inactive with concussions, and Brandon Echoes sidelined again, thoughts tended toward how the secondary and defense could possibly cope against the likes of Hurts. Saleh said he's a handful. A.J. Brown, the NFL's number 2 ranked offense. But part of the Jets' secret was their newfound turnover powers. At the 2 picks versus Kansas City and 3 fumble recoveries at Denver, they raised the ante up with 4 TAs and a +4 turnover margin against the Philly franchise that they had not only never beaten but never once posted a positive TO margin against in any of those 12 losses. Wow. The takeaway artists were the Williams brothers, Quinnen with his first pro interception and Quincy with a fumble recovery. Then the late energizing INT returns by cornerback Bryce Hall in his second straight strong start, and safety Tony Adams to set up what would become game-winning touchdown with 1 minute and 46 seconds to play. All takeaways came within 5 yards of midfield, and the last time the Jets had mounted a +4 game came back in 2015. Now, I want to thank you for watching this video. The Jets get a bye week. Hopefully they'll get some of these injured players that they've been dealing with back on the field. Hopefully they'll have some kind of resolution of Sauce Gardner. And, of course, we'll see what happens to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it was shocking that he was walking on the field yesterday with headset on and pretty much he looked great. So in this short amount of time. So let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Football Hut, and I'll see you later.